If AI is going to take over the world, why can't it solve the spelling bee? But before we get into that, Getty has partnered up with PicsArt, a popular photo editing platform, to build an AI image generator that's entirely trained on licensed stock images. The companies are calling it a responsible, commercially safe alternative to current platforms. Images created by the model will have full commercial rights, which should address concerns about AI-generated images violating copyright laws. The service will only be available to paid PicsArt subscribers, and the whole thing recalls Adobe's Firefly AI model. That generator is also trained on stock images, though not exclusively. Adobe recently outraged users by updating its terms of service to indicate that it could access and use people's work to train AI models. The company quickly amended the terms of service once the backlash started spreading. PicsArt and Getty hope to avoid any backlash by sticking to fully licensed stock images, so regular PicsArt users won't be at risk of having their creations snatched up by the model for training and generation purposes. It allows creators to bring their visions to life while maintaining the highest standards of commercial safety, Grant Farhall, CPO at Getty Images, wrote in a blog post. It also looks like Getty is playing fair with this one for those worrying about the work of professional photographers being co-opted. We reached out to the company, and a rep said that it is compensating creators included in the dataset on an annual basis. That's something, at least. The PicsArt and Getty Images model releases later this year, though there's no concrete launch date. It'll be accessible via PicsArt's API services. Our task for our AI overlords was simple. Help me crack the New York Times spelling bee. We had spent a large chunk of a Saturday evening trying to shape the letters GYALPONN into as many words as possible. But 3 hours, 141 points, and 37 words, including non-apology, lagoon, and analogy, later we had hit a wall. A few more words was all we needed to propel ourselves into Spelling Bee's genius echelon, the title reserved for those who unscramble 70% of all possible words using the given letters, and the point at which the puzzle considers itself effectively solved. 100% solvers are bestowed the rank of Queen Bee, but even I have limits. Our human minds were clearly struggling, but this task seemed like child's play for AI, so we fired up ChatGPT, told it we were trying to win the spelling bee, gave it the letters, and laid out the rules. Give me a list of every word that can be formed with them, we typed. You're allowed to repeat letters, but each word must contain N. What came out was gibberish, GLNPAYO, and YPNL, among other non-words. Not a great start. AI can now create images, video, and audio as fast as you can type in descriptions of what you want. It can write poetry, essays, and term papers. It can also be a pale imitation of your girlfriend, your therapist, and your personal assistant. And lots of people think it's poised to automate humans out of jobs and transform the world in ways we can scarcely begin to imagine. So, why does it suck so hard at solving a simple word puzzle? The answer lies in how large language models, the underlying technology that powers our modern AI craze, function. Computer programming is traditionally logical and rules-based. You type out commands that a computer follows according to a set of instructions, and it provides a valid output. But machine learning, of which generative AI is a subset, is different. OpenAI did not respond on record, but a company spokesperson told me that this type of feedback helped OpenAI improve the model's comprehension and responses to problems. Things like word structures and anagrams aren't a common use case for Perplexity, so our model isn't optimized for it, company spokesperson Sarah Platnick told me. As a daily Wordle/connections/mini crossword player, I'm excited to see how we do. Microsoft and Meta declined to comment. Google and Anthropic did not respond by publication time. At the heart of large language models are transformers, a technical breakthrough made by researchers at Google in 2017. Once you type in a prompt, a large language model breaks down words or fractions of those words into mathematical units called tokens. Transformers are capable of analyzing each token in the context of the larger data set that a model is trained on to see how they're connected to each other. Once a transformer understands these relationships, it is able to respond to your prompt by guessing the next likely token in a sequence. Perhaps the key to living with generative AI without succumbing to either hype or anxiety is to simply understand its inherent limitations. These tools are not actually designed for a lot of things that people are using them for, said Chirag Shah, a professor of AI and machine learning at the University of Washington. He co-wrote a high-profile research paper in 2022 critiquing the use of large language models in search engines. Tech companies, thinks Shaw, could do a much better job of being transparent about what AI can and can't do before foisting it on us. That ship may have already sailed. However, over the last few months, the world's largest tech companies, Microsoft, Meta, Samsung, Apple, and Google, have made declarations to tightly weave AI into their products, services, and operating systems. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributor Pranav Dixit and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and as always, we'll talk more on Monday.
Spoken Layer.